Hi everyone, it's me, Terry, from the Yarn Joy podcast. I was tagged in a tag that's going around that is supposed to be 10 non-yarny things about yourself. It was a tag that I believe was started by Laurel at the Dabbling Hook. And I was tagged, I think, by a couple of people. So I thought it would be fun to answer the questions, not questions, but do the tags. Had a hard time figuring out 10 things that I thought would be interesting about myself that's not yarn related, so it took me a while to think them up. So I have my phone here where I've got my my notes written down, so let's get started, okay? Okay, so 10 non-yarny things about me. Okay, so number one is that I grew up on a farm on the outskirts of a small town. The town had less than 6,000 in population. My graduating class had 150 people in it, and I was number 10. I was ranked, you know, how they do the ranks or whatever. I was number 10 of the 150, so, so that's number one. Number two is that I am a middle child, the only daughter. I have two brothers. My older brother is 4.5 years older than me, and my younger brother is 5.5 years older than me. And like I said, I'm right in the middle. My parents were only children. Only children? Yeah, no brothers and sisters. So I have no first cousins. I had no aunts and uncles growing up except for my great aunts and great uncles, which were siblings of my grandparents. So anyway, that's number two. Okay, so number three is that I got a bachelor's degree in financial management. Won't tell you what year. No, it doesn't matter. In like 89, yeah, 1989. Anyway, but I've never used it. I've always, I've never used it as far as working outside the home. My husband always says that I'm the chief financial officer of the household. So, that's it. I've never worked outside the home. I've always been a stay-at-home mom and wife, and I feel very blessed that I was able to do that. Okay, let's see. So that was number three. Number four is I have two sons. One son is 28, and he's married and lives outside of the home, obviously. And then my second son is 16, and he's still at home. I did homeschool both my sons from the beginning, from kindergarten all the way up. My second son is in 11th grade now, grade 11, and so we have, and now it's beginning second semester, so that means I have 1.5 more years of homeschooling, and I will be finished, yay! That will make 25 years of homeschooling, so I am definitely ready to move on to other things. And yes, my two sons are right at 12 years apart. Was not planned that way. It took us 10 months to get pregnant with my first son, and then it took us 10.5 years to get pregnant or something like that, with my second son. So I don't know how that, well, we were told that it was a miracle. Of course, all births, all conceivings are a miracle, of course. But we were told after my first son that probably, we would not have any more children, or that it wasn't likely. It was not likely that we would have any more children without, intervention by the doctor or whatever, like in vitro or different things like that. We decided that we didn't want to do that, and so but we always wanted to have more children. And so 10 and a half years of trying, because I think, let's see, our first son was 2 years old, and or almost 2 years old when we decided that we wanted to try for another child. And it just took us 10 and a half years for that to happen. So that's why they're so far apart in age. But we feel like both of our sons are miracles, and we thank the Lord for both of them. So anyway, that's why they're so far apart. Okay, that was number 4. Number 5 is I love old movies, the old classic movies like Jimmy Stewart, Alfred Hitchcock, like Rear Window. Oh, I love that movie. African Queen with Katharine Hepburn and Humphrey Bogart. I love Shirley Temple movies. Bing Crosby. Whoa, man. White Christmas. I'll have to watch that every year. Going My Way. Oh, I love that. In fact, I was looking for it this past Christmas, and I didn't. I never caught it anywhere on TV, and so I do have it on DVD, so I need to pull it out and watch it, because I just love it. And Bells of St. Mary's, of course, because that's kind of like a sequel from Going My Way. So anyway, I love old classic movies. And my older son, when he was growing up and I was homeschooling him, I watched a lot of old classic movies black and white, that we would get from the library. We would check out from the library. At that time, we didn't have a TV in house except for just watching videos. That was it. That was before Netflix and whatnot, streaming or whatever. And so my older son grew up watching these old classic movies. He loved to watch them with me because there was nothing else to do, I guess. He didn't have a video game system at that time. So I think that really benefited him to see all these old movies and how chivalrous the male characters were in these movies. I know that his wife is always telling me and thanking me how that he is very chivalrous toward her, and so she always says that I raised him right. So maybe that was part of it, where he got exposed to seeing these characters in these old classic movies. I don't know. Okay, now for my husband and I, though, together we're pretty big science fiction fans. Yay, Star Trek, right, Seta? Star Trek, Star Wars, no fighting between the two. We love them equally. Lord of the Rings. I know that's more, I don't know if that's science fiction, I think it's more fantasy, but anyway, we love those. We're always looking to watch together. We're always looking for science fiction type movies to watch, Okay, number 6. I love 70s and 80s music. I guess because I was a child of the 70s and 80s. I graduated high school in 1984, and so that is the genre that I listen to music the most, is when I was in middle school to high school. And so I still love the 70s and 80s music. Not so much the 80s, the big hair 80s style, how they dressed. But anyway, not that, but I love the music. I'm always playing song quiz on Alexa, and because you can say what decade, and then it's like not trivia, but you have to guess the artist and title, and you play against other people. And I'm not saying that I'm just wonderful at it, but I just really enjoy it, trying to remember, who sang that? I know that song, but I really love that genre of music. I'm not real familiar with the music of that's more recent, because Pandora's my friend. I love to listen to 70s and 80s type music. Okay. Number 7 is I played clarinet in school. We started band in the middle of 5th grade, and so I played clarinet from then on through my senior year in high school. And of course, when I was in high school, I was in marching band and all that, you know, band nerd. I still have my clarinet, but I've tried playing it and it's terrible. It's like I've just lost my lung capacity or lost my lips. I don't know, something happened. I really need to get it out and play on it. I'd probably make my dog howl if I tried playing on it now though. Okay, so that was number 7. Number 8 is my husband and I were high school sweethearts. I was barely 15 when we started dating, and he was just barely 17. I guess you call it dating, but anyway, and that was during the fall of 1980. I was a freshman in high school, and he was a senior. And so that, yeah, the fall of 1980, and we got married in May of 1987. So as you see, from fall of 80 to May or spring of 87, that was quite a few years that we were together, that we were dating because of our young age, of course, going through finishing high school, finishing college, and before we could get married. But we've been together a long time. We've been married for this coming May will be 32 years. So I always tell him that I've been together during my lifetime we've been together longer than I wasn't with him, if that makes sense, because like I said, we've been together since I was 15. So and then we've been married 32 years, but we've been together since 1980, so we've been together longer than we haven't been together. Okay, so let's see, that is number 8. Number 9 is that I'm basically an introvert. I don't know if you can tell it from here, but I'm basically a very quiet person. I've always been that way. In fact, that's one of the reasons I started this YouTube channel, is to kind of get out of my shell and to make myself talk and to be comfortable speaking in front of a camera. And I mean, I'm still talking and nobody's in the room, obviously, except for Teddy. He's down there. But I really wanted to try to improve that. And it's funny because people that I know, when they find out that I have a YouTube channel, or they, watch one of my videos or whatever, it's so funny because they're just amazed. They says, I've never heard you speak that much before, and you're so quiet. I can't believe you're doing that, and so I think it's helped me a whole lot. I think kind of get out of my shell and put myself out there, I guess. But still, I'm pretty much an introvert. I'm a homebody. I don't mind staying at home whatsoever. I'm not a big traveler. I don't know, my husband and I are both that way. We always refer to our home as our nest. And we're always saying, he will say, oh, I can't wait to come, because he works, of course, outside the home. And he's always saying, I can't wait to come home and get back to our little nest, So, yeah, we're homebodies. So I guess that's all I have to say about that. Okay. So I guess that's one reason when you see my video, sometimes I kind of flub up my words and stuff, because it's against my nature to do so much talking. And sometimes I'll get kind of nervous about things, and the wording comes out wrong and stuff because of that, I think. I don't know. Okay, so number 10. Like I said, I was having a hard time trying to figure out 10 interesting things that I could share with you that was non-yarn related, because of course talking about yarn is so much more fun than talking about myself. So I had a hard time thinking of 10 things. I really did. But one subject kept coming to my head, and I kept thinking, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to say that. But then the thought just kept coming into my head, like, I need to say that. I need to mention that. So a lot of times when I have feelings like that, I feel like, well, I'm supposed to say it. I guess maybe it'll benefit or help somebody. I don't know. Anyway, I've mentioned it sorta several episodes back, like last year or something, that I was doing a blanket for someone that it was for a nurse, very good, she's a good friend of mine now, but I mean, she's a nurse, and it had to do with some big surgeries that I had in 2016, and then I just kind of left it at that. I didn't go into it because, I don't know, I don't like thinking about it because, I just don't like thinking about it. But anyway, I'm going to talk about it a little bit, and so that will be my number 10, okay? Okay, so in 2016, the big surgeries that I had was that I had to have a double mastectomy because I had a reoccurring breast tumor that, like I said, recurring. So it kept coming back, and each time it was coming back, it was getting more suspicious. And so we just decided, it was strongly advised to us that I should go ahead and have a mastectomy. So I did, with immediate reconstruction. Thank you so much to my plastic surgeons. But the tumor that I had, it was a tumor, and it was called, I don't know, heard it pronounced different ways, but I've heard it pronounced Phyllodes Tumor, and I've heard it pronounced Phyllodes Tumor. I've seen it spelled different ways, but I will put in the description box below the name of it, I guess, because I haven't figured out how to put words on the screen yet. I'm just doing good learning how to insert pictures now, so you gotta bear with all this, me with this techie stuff, learning it. It takes me a long time. But anyway, and it is a very rare tumor, and it can be very aggressive, and but then other people, if they have one, there's nothing to it, so you never know what it's gonna be, how it's gonna act. So anyway, I just will leave it at that, and if anybody wants to know more about it, or want me to do another video kind of talking about my experiences with that, I can do that. It would definitely be non-yarny related. But anyway, I'll just leave it at that for now. So that is my 10 non-yarny items or things about me. So let's see. So people were tagging other people to do this, and I think most of the people that I've seen, I think, have been tagged. But I will tag, because I don't know if they've been tagged or not, but I will tag Zoe of 24 Karat Crochet and Denise at Dear Designs. I don't think I've seen you doing one yet, and so I didn't know if you'd been tagged yet or not. Ella of No Catchy Name, I haven't. You probably have been tagged, but if so, I'm tagging you again. And let's see who else. Just who else? I don't know. Karen of Karen Hales of Casualistic. I haven't seen a video from you in ages, so please jump on and do this tag with us. So that's all. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.